So we just moved into the ugliest house on the block, and there is stuff everywhere from moving. So now I am on a mission to make this place as nice as possible in as little time as possible. So in other words, I'm trying to make meaningful change in a short period of time. So we are going to be starting with this front living room, I guess you could call it, first, because it's the first thing that people see when they walk through the door, and right now it is a skim-coated, ugly disaster. So let's fix that real quick. So the next thing that needs to get addressed here is there's a couple of holes in some of the doors. There's holes in doors upstairs. The main reason for this is because of these shitty little stoppers that they put everywhere. You know, it stops the door by punching a fucking hole in it. It's not the most effective. So I need to remove this and patch the door so that I can paint it and try and make it look like new, because it doesn't make sense for me to have to replace every door in this house. That's gonna cost thousands of dollars that we don't have. So I'm gonna get my lovely assistant to help me remove this from the hinge. Hey Tam, it's hot as in here. Or am I just working?
I have your assistant.
Oh, I needed Tam, not Kirby. Hi baby. So we need to, I'm gonna have to pull this hinge out, or you are, or something, and hold the door, and I'm gonna pull this off the top. Okay. He keeps going in the closet because he thinks his fishing pole is in there. Hi baby, it's not in there. Oh, this will come out easily. Can you just hold the door?
I'm holding the door.
Yeah, you're really holding that door, aren't you?
I was.
This is going in the trash. You're gonna have to line it up. Push it.
Oh.
There we go. Ta-da! Okay, great. Now that it's off, I can repair it. So I'm gonna be using this stuff I found at Lowe's called plastic wood. I've never used it before. It's an all-purpose wood filler, and apparently it's supposed to harden into like a rock. Unfortunately for me. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, I thought the hole went all the way through the door. Turns out it doesn't. Oh, maybe I should, can't decide. You know, I'm like, do I fill it with great stuff first? Or do I just say, f it and go for it and just like shove this in there, because I have so much of this stuff. For expansion reasons, I'm wondering if I should just use some great stuff, because this hole is pretty extensive and I need to create like a backing or something. All right, I have my can of great stuff. Fill that in a bit. Oh, that's filled a bit much, which is fine. Apparently Reggie's very interested in it. It's just great stuff, baby. And you know what? While I have this stuff out, there is a hole in here that I needed to fill. So once that dries, I'm just gonna slice off the excess, and then we're gonna fill it with that wood filler stuff. So Tim's dad is going to be coming to stay with us on Tuesday, and he'll be here for a little bit, which should be really fun. But there are a couple of things that I want to do to this guest room to make it a little bit more comfortable for him. Starting with the fact that I don't think that there are any light bulbs in this ceiling fixture. And granted, there is a floor lamp right here. However, when you're trying to come into the room in the dark, I think naturally people are going to want to use the light switch. So we need to make this work. This is a newer boob light, but unfortunately it's still a boob light. We don't have the money to go buy a new light fixture right now, and if this one works, then it's not horrible. Oh, there's only one light bulb in here, and this one is completely shut. You can see it's burnt out right there. I can hear Reggie freaking the f out downstairs because Tim is moving the turtles, and Reggie wants to kill them because he's a terrier, but he's not allowed to. All right, here's hoping this works. Let there be light. Okay, awesome. I don't know what these other two are for. Maybe one's for the electrical right here. Oh, and then the other one is for that electrical right there, which is a little weird. Reggie, you're okay. So the next thing I gotta do is hang this picture up on the wall. Ah! I hit that a little hard. Just so that it feels like an actual room in here. Oh shit, I need a pencil. All right, I am just going to figure out the height that I want this to go. You know what? I should probably just split the difference. 36.5 inches, and the windows are a little over 46. 46 and 36, we're looking at a 10-inch difference, so 5 inches down. We're looking at about here-ish, so that should be our mark. It's right there. This is gonna sound really dumb, but I have been hanging pictures wrong this entire time. I have been using drywall screws, which is complete overkill. And it turns out with like a easy picture frame, picture hanging kit, you don't leave any big nasty holes and it's not as difficult and they're really cheap. Okay, cool. I'll put this really crooked, but whatever. Just gonna fix that. Ta-da! Starting to look like an actual bedroom. Hold on, I just spotted a couple of rogue nails. Need to be taken out. So I'm briefly interrupting to let those of you that are new here know that I post videos every single Monday. So make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, any products that are used or worn will be linked. Now back to the video. So now that this is dry, cutting off the excess with my knife. Right, and now that's kind of created foundation for this to go on. And now I can go in with my plastic wood. And now we just leave this to dry overnight, and then hopefully in the morning I can just sand it off and paint over it. All right, ladies, so this week's product of the week is the Got To Be Glued. It's the thing in the tube. Got To Be sells like hairspray and gel and all kinds of products. This is specifically the one that has a little brush on it. Now this is not a new product. I know plenty of women that use this for edge control, but you can also use it in your eyebrows, which is what I use it for. I like this product specifically because my eyebrows, for whatever reason, I have like cowlicks right here that like to like pull down the eyebrow hair, and it makes me look tired and dead and flat. I've tried eyebrow perms, but it doesn't stay in place the way that I want it to. And I find that this does exactly what I want it to. Let me show you what it does. So this is the difference that it makes. I'm gonna try and like relax my face as best as possible. So this side has been gelled, so I put more of an arch into my brow, and this side has not. Let me show you in better lighting. So in better lighting, maybe you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. This is without any like pencil or anything like that in my brow. Let me add some of this Milani pencil so you can get the full picture. So I just went in with this Milani Weekend Brow Tint. It's just this little hair thing. You can literally just draw on little hairs and shape your brow however you want them to. But yeah, that's the difference. This is the done brow. This is the not done brow. I feel like I look significantly more awake, and this one I don't. So now that I'm super not symmetrical, I am going to do the other brow. So I'm just brushing it into my hairs, and now that it's been brushed in, I can just form it into whatever shape I want it to be in. Now I need to fill in the naked parts. And this way I find not only can I look a little bit more awake, but I can make my brows significantly more symmetrical, because I know that they say sisters, not twins, but mine aren't even f***ing friends. So I find that this is the best way to make my brows look more similar. And once it is on, your brows, and I'm talking about, I am really rubbing them right now, your brows are going nowhere. This is water soluble though, so when you go to take it off at night, literally all you have to do is take a wet rag and just wipe, and it completely dissolves. So you won't have any weird residue or anything like that. I have been using this stuff for years. I cannot stress this enough how highly I recommend this product. It is a must-have always in my makeup bag. Comment down below if there's anything that you want me to show you next. Now back to the renovations. So the other day, Tim bought a composting bin, and Kirby shredded this cardboard box for me earlier. So I'm gonna add this to the bin because I wanna show it to you guys. I'm excited because we have always wanted to do compost, but it just wasn't possible in the condo. And I don't know, I'm just really excited about it. So I've got some cardboard here and some food scraps. Oh, and I gotta show you guys in a minute here. There's something really special that has happened on our patio, and it's Father's Day weekend. Well, it's perfect timing. So this is our composter, and these are the turtles. Tim is in the process of, he's gonna build them like a really large pond so they can live the turtle dream. Ah, that's a wasp. fucking hate wasps. Stay away from me. Just let me put my compost in, you little f***er. Apparently with compost, you need 2 parts of browns, so like paper, to 1 part food scraps. Right now there is plenty of browns in here. We're just gonna go back in the kitchen and go get our food scraps. We have a moldy lemon, 2 things of eggshells, a rotten avocado, a rotten piece of lettuce, and a lime. Put that in there. And I have a bag of lettuce that I'm a little bit upset about because I bought it at the store like a day ago. And it was kind of one of those salads that I didn't realize it at the time, but it was on its way out. Oh, there's a butterfly. And now it's all like brown and stuff, which sucks. Into the compost it goes. Ah! It's that wasp again. Okay, I'm just trying to rotate my compost. So this is the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. There's a bird nest up there. And I was a little bit worried for a second because every time I find a bird's nest, it's always like an old one. I had assumed that that was the case with this too. But then I was talking to Tim about it and he was like, I don't remember there being a bird's nest there. And I was like, I don't either. And then this morning when Tim and I were sitting at the table for breakfast, we noticed that there's a mom and dad bird that are up there. And the mom keeps sitting on the eggs and then the dad leaves to go get food and then feed her. And apparently both birds stay to like feed the young. And I thought it was really sweet. In honor of Father's Day, we have a new dad in town. So the dad just left to go get more food, but there's the mom, she's sitting on the eggs. I can't believe we actually have a live bird's nest here. I'm so excited. We should get him a bird bath. So now I have to hang this TV and I've never hung a TV before. So we're just gonna go for it and see how it goes. Well, hopefully I got the right one. I just purchased the cheapest one I could on Amazon and I got the one that like swivels. Not that it really needs to in this room, but my reasoning for getting the swivelly one is just in case the stud is not in the center of the wall. I know technically you can like hang them with like specialty drywall screws and all kinds of stuff, but like I really didn't want to take the risk with that, so I figured this would be a safer bet. Okay, so what I need from you, Tim, and the boys, maybe not Kirby, he's a little too short, but well, he is. Kirby's a little on the shorter side. Okay, I basically need to know visually where I should hang this, like height-wise. We can figure out the middle in a second, but like where should it go? Here? Right there? You didn't sound too confident there, Tim. But the problem is you don't want to be like laying in bed and like craning your neck. This is the top. That is the top of the TV. Yeah, that's probably good. Hi, Regabold. How you doing, sweetheart? I love you. I love you, yes. You gonna lay up here with Grandpa and watch movies? You like your grandpa. You do. He gives you pets and you really like the way that he pets you. He like scratches your neck and you really get into it. Okay, I gotta hang a TV. I know, I love you. Okay, well, I pulled out my stud finder. I don't normally use stud finders because I don't find that they always work the best. So there's allegedly one here and another one there. So the center of the room is right between 2 studs, which is why we got the little arm thingy. Because we're gonna find out. Great, that should put us more toward the center. Oh, there's 3 lag bolts, so I'm assuming 1 per thing. They give you this bullshit little wrench to do this. I'm just gonna use my own crescent wrench. Don't have my socket wrench heads here. They're still at the condo, so I'm upset that I don't even have that. I can't even imagine using that tool instead of this one. Well, we're gonna hold it up and then I have the screws for it. Hello? I wish the cord was on the other side. That looks like shit, dog.
Yeah, well, we can get a cable cover.
I have some at the condo. Yeah, if we got a cord hiding thing, which I know I have some at the condo, it'll look better. But in the meantime, we have a TV. There we go. TV done. You know, I need to strip these sheets too because my parents used these last week and I'm not gonna give them the same sheets. That would be gross. This is where I hid Reggie's teddies, his new ones. He was freaking the out the other day for them, so I had to hide them. Cool. I'm gonna go wash these. So now that this is nice and dry, we're just gonna sand it down. Oh, that comes up really easily. So now that this has been sanded smooth, I'm just gonna go in with my putty knife, and this door has that like fake wood texture on it. So I'm just gonna go in and just like carve little parts of the like faux wood into it to try and match the pattern. Okay, that's pretty well blended. So last week in my video, I talked a little bit about the paint color that I chose in here, and it is Swiss Coffee, which I went with because it's what most homes in the US are painted with. It's a beautiful color, but I'm not entirely convinced that this is what I want in this space. I'm really going for something like this, you know, with the like really creamy walls and the really stark white doors trim and like window trim. It's a very classic look, and I think it makes it look really cozy and super clean and crisp. So I got 2 samples from Lowe's the other day. I got the shade Linen White and Chantilly Lace. Chantilly Lace for the doors and Linen White for the walls. I have not tested it out, but I figure since I just hatch jobbed this, now would be a good time to just come over here and test out the 2 colors next to each other to see if I like them. Okay, we are going to start with Linen White, which is a really sort of creamy white. Hopefully it's not too beigey orange like the house was painted before, because I hate that color. Just gonna go over this with a roller real quick because I don't like brush marks everywhere. Now for the big reveal, the Chantilly Lace next to it. I like this door color and I like the contrast, but I think this is too yellow. I get that next to a really white color, it's gonna make it look more yellow, but I feel like this is too yellow. I was gonna test out my tried and true Cotton White, which I think is a Sherwin-Williams color, because it's creamy, but it's not super yellow. But I don't have it here. Tim forgot it, which is fine, because I don't know that that color would provide enough of a contrast. I do really love that color, but it's not contrasty enough, I don't think. I'm gonna have to get a bunch more like paint samples and really test it out to figure out what color I want it to be. But in the meantime, because I have 5 gallons of Swiss coffee, I am just going to paint the rest of the downstairs with it so that we're dealing with like a blank canvas rather than dealing with this ugly brown, yellow bullshit that's all over the place. Now that that primer is dry, I am going to paint it Swiss coffee. Blank canvas. And this is what it looks like now. It looks significantly better. Like when I touch and look at the walls, they all look brand new. Friendly reminder that this is what it used to look like. It had those hideous brown walls, and there were kid scribbles everywhere on the walls, on the windows. There's still a lot on the front door. We got to replace that. But just scribbles everywhere. Super grimy and just disgusting. And now it's fresh and brand new and a completely blank canvas. Right now my plan is to make everything into a blank canvas so that then I can start adding craftsman character and charm to make this home look really unique and special instead of the builder grade track home that it is currently. It's also a shithole, so that doesn't help. Side note, I know a lot of you guys have been commenting like concerns about this carpet and asking if we cleaned it since the previous owners, and the answer is yes. But additionally, you should also know that the carpeting is brand new. So we're the only people that have ever been on this carpet. I think they replaced it out of necessity. I'm sure that the previous tenants destroyed the carpet too, and so it was kind of just a biohazard. So yeah, the carpet's brand new. We still got it professionally steam cleaned, just because when people were doing walkthroughs of the house to see if they wanted to purchase it, they were wearing tennis shoes, and we don't know where those people have been. So it has been professionally steam cleaned on top of being brand new. Yeah, no, I would not be walking around barefoot or laying on the carpet or allowing the dogs to be on the carpet if it was used by the previous tenants. As we can see from the rest of the house, they have made everything else disgusting, so I can't even imagine what the floors would be like. I should get started on next week's video because I am so excited to show you guys what I'm gonna be doing next. It's gonna be so great. I'll see you guys next week.